Welcome back to the Top 11 Saddest and Most Bittersweet Thomas Adaptations. Today we have an adaptation brought to you by the German of Sodor, written by Mayflater and narrated by Narrow Gauge. And we have an ensemble cast of voice actors here, including 84F, Darth Will 3, and the German of Sodor himself as additional voice roles. This is a short but truly deep in the feels adaptation, so let's begin the review. We open up to this dreary panning shot of locomotives scrapped, far and wide amongst piles of old iron. A somber piano piece accompanying the imagery as Narrow Gauge begins his narration.
A small engine with a tall funnel had been left to rust on the other railway. Steam engines had been withdrawn from service there, and were scrapped to make way for the modern diesel engine. The small engine had been put up in a siding, and was made to wait for the scrapper's torch. He began to believe his luck had run out. That was until a kind little diesel came to rescue him, and brought him to the island of Sodor.
Our focus character of the story is Stepney. It begins with a recap of how Rusty the little diesel saved him from scrap, and his place on the island of Sodor. They also mention D261, who was a rude diesel that got his comeuppance after making fun of Stepney and the rest of the locomotives.
Visitor, whose bad behaviour came back to bite him on the buffers. One glorious morning, Stepney was being polished and cleaned before his first train. He sizzled comfortably as his fire kept him nice and toasty. The cleaners made his brass shine, and his paintwork glistened in the sun.
As we jump back into the present day, we focus on Stepney waiting for James to show up with a passenger train.
This morning, however, the mainline train was late.
"Where's James?"
asked the concerned Stepney.
"He's never this late."
The station master walked up to his cab.
"Sorry, lads. I just got off the phone with Vickerstown, and James has burst his cylinder. They've just found the replacement engine, and he's on his way now."
Oh, poor James.
Oh, he'll be fine. The Fat Controller takes good care of his engines. He'll be as right as rain in no time.
This made Stepney feel better, and he dozed comfortably in the warm sun. He wasn't dozing long. The growl of a diesel engine came into earshot, as did a horn that Stepney seemed to recognise.
Oh dear. Hold on to your hats, 'cause it's bold. Whoa.
Stepney stopped when the diesel stopped beside him. He remembered the diesel to be shiny and well polished, but what stood before him couldn't have been the same diesel. He was grimy, filthy, and had...
The diesel speaks politely to Stepney, much to his surprise, as the diesel explains his sad ordeal.
some rust around his buffers and body.
Hello again. Stepney, was it?
Stepney was taken aback by this. He hadn't expected the diesel to be civil.
Huh? Oh, yes, it is Stepney. What's your name?
I haven't been given a name. I doubt I ever will at this point.
Oh, you doubt it? Eh? Why do you doubt it?
People don't seem to be interested in my class anymore, particularly people of power. I'm just here as James's replacement, as there wasn't another engine available.
Well, no, but surely the Fat Controller wouldn't...
I'm not a Fat Controller's engine. I never was, and I never will be.
But why?
My class is being withdrawn from service this year. All of us. They called us unpowered antiques with no place in the other railway's future.
Stepney was shocked.
So, wait, so diesels are becoming as obsolete as steam engines?
Correct. Ironic, isn't it?
I just can't believe this. I'm so sorry that this has happened to you. And your class.
It's not just my class. It's all diesels. We're all destined for scrap. Best case scenario, some of us are preserved and put into museums or heritage railways.
Or, hey, maybe come and work on the Topham Hats Railway, eh? Right?
The Fat Controller isn't a magician, Stepney. He can't save all of us. That just wouldn't be feasible.
Stepney sighed as he felt his boiler run dry.
I apologize for my behavior all those years ago, Stepney. I was young and entitled. I didn't realize how lucky I was to be on Sir Topham Hatt's railway, and I squandered my chance to be a part of his fleet. I understand now how you must have felt on the other railway, and now there's a cold, dark siding waiting for me too.
All the passengers had finished disembarking the diesel's train, and the guard blew his whistle.
Farewell, Stepney. I'm glad we were able to meet one final time.
The Diesel apologizes to Stepney for his rude behavior from years ago, and solemnly pulls away, leaving Stepney saddened before he leaves with his train also. And the story ends and the credits roll.
Didn't know what to say. He felt as powerless as he did back on the other railway. He rolled sadly away with his train.
This adaptation is probably one of the saddest and most grounded in reality adaptation I've seen in a long time. Tears at your heartstrings quite a bit. Despite its short runtime, so much emotion is poured out into it, but where does it stand? The cinematography and immersion into the world is nothing short of cinematic masterpiece. It feels real while at the same time capturing that magic and charm of the original model series. So I'm giving it a 10 points here. I've been critical of Narrow Gauge's narration in past adaptations like Caledonian Twins, but here I feel like he's finally putting some emphasis and effort into conveying the emotion in his deliveries. He's a very soft-spoken kind of guy with his voice, and I think his voice fits perfectly for this subject matter.
The other railway. Steam engines had been withdrawn from service there, and were scrapped to make way for the modern diesel engine.
His pacing is also really good too, so I'm giving him 10 points here as well. When it comes to voice acting, 84F voicing Stepney here feels natural, like he became the character, and was simply speaking as such. And I love his little innocence, where even Stepney is like kind of doubtful that it's like, why wouldn't you want to get rescued by the Fat Controller?
Hey, maybe come and work on the Topham Hats Railway, eh? Right?
And Darth Will playing D261 really conveys that remorseful and depressed voice in the Diesel's tone.
Just my class. It's all diesels. We're all destined for scrap.
The additional voices by the German of Sodor himself feel natural as well, and they round out and wrap up everything together in a nice, tight-knit story.
Oh, he'll be fine. The Fat Controller takes good care of his engines. He'll be as right as rain in no time.
So, 10 here too. The characters altogether are fleshed out more greatly than ever and expanded upon. Stepney's disbelief in the Diesel's words and how he can't believe it himself, and D261's depressed coming to terms with his mortality kind of emotions are amazing, and it really got me with a knot in my throat. The sound effects are great too. The sputtering sounds the Diesel makes as he pulls into the station, emphasizing how much he's in disrepair. Just the whole atmosphere itself really feels model series worthy. It just sounds like it. It's a really good immersion. 10 points easy. I'm not crying. You're crying. A sorrowful 10 points here. And our final score is without a doubt, greatly achieved 50 out of 50. The German of Sodor, Mayfwader, Darfwell, 84 and 84F have achieved a perfect score. This is real feels here, man. Congratulations on the perfect score and performances of all you. There's still 8 more adaptations to go, and we'll see who will be the next 50-50 to tie up with us. For now, thank you all for watching, and again, this was unbelievably worthy of 50 out of 50. Despite its short runtime, it wasn't long-winded, it was just real and in-the-moment sadness. And you really feel it really tugs at your heartstrings. That's why it's worthy of this score. Anyways, thank you guys for watching.